Hey, travelers! And Troy's back this week.
Hey, everyone.
And we look a little different than we normally do. I'm wearing R2-D2 on my ears, and Troy's got some...
Darth Vader? Because they're just black. I can just call them Darth Vader headsets.
Yeah. We actually got a special guest. We decided to figure out how to get someone via phone. So we're going to do what we called Appleton Report, or Appleton/Nina Report. Hey, Andy, you still there?
I'm still here.
All right.
Hey,
Hopefully.
Andy.
Hey, Andy. If we
Hey,
can get, maybe I'll cut an intro. So I noticed you've been going to some places over your direction, like McFleshman's and Lion's Tail and that kind of stuff. What are you?
What's the hot take of Appleton right
Yeah,
now? Where's the place to be? Where is it happening?
So Appleton, Oshkosh, kind of the whole Fox Valley region is still fairly young.
Yeah.
You have some of your veterans like your Titletown and some of your Green Bay places, but on the whole, most places are like under 3 years or 3 to 5 years old.
I think that's an interesting part, though. The craft beer industry is up 5% this year, but you're seeing 3 to 4% of that growth in breweries that are less than 5 years old. So that you're kind of talking about your area and expanding new markets like that. It's kind of pushing more and more craft beer.
Mm-hmm. On the whole, the drinking culture here is still pretty young. Like everybody's still looking for that. Oh, look at how high an ABV it is.
Oh, they're just looking to get drunk.
Chasing a buzz.
Yeah.
Fighting off some demons.
Yeah.
On the whole, I mean, you do have your craft beer nerds like us, but
Sure. But most of them come in and go, what's the
lightest thing you got, or the heaviest thing you got?
What's your go-go juice?
yeah.
Yeah.
And this is like industry wide, but everybody's like, hey, what's new?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rotation Nation, baby.
It's all about different. Yeah, you gotta have something different every other week, right?
Yeah. Otherwise, why even bother?
That's probably why Dangerous Man does really well.
Yeah.
They get something new all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dangerous Man. What a beautiful, beautiful brewery.
Yeah.
So yeah, what's the go-to brewery though? What's the hip one at, Andy?
Right now it's between McFleshman's and Lion's Tail for me.
Yeah.
Because they're the closest. McFleshman's is nice because
It's a hell of an endorsement.
as well, so.
They're close.
They're nice and close.
So if you live further away from it,
How far is it as the crow flies?
I don't know. I don't fly.
You should say, how far is it as the sparrow flies? Is it African swallow? or swallow flies?
No,
African swallow?
how long would you take you to get there? There's a guy with a coconut behind you, Andy.
Yeah.
Grip
it by the husk.
Yeah, grip it by the husk. I noticed you use your hot passport when you were over there. What'd you think about that?
What?
I mean, 2 for $1 beers. How can you go wrong?
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
McFleshman's and Lion's Tail.
Both on there.
Yeah.
There's a couple Green Bay breweries up there, too.
No,
Yeah.
Andy, are those only good for one use, or are they good for multiple uses?
One, as far as I know.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
just
right.
asking.
He's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one.
Just one use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, when you live close to them, it's tough then. Or you can buy multiples.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just come in with a new passport.
There's nothing that says you can't go buy another passport. I'm not sure how well that will work out for you.
At a certain point, you probably won't break even, though.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
At a certain point. For a while, it'll be okay, especially if you use promo code Taproom Travelers. You get $5
Don't
off,
drink
so.
without your passport, Landon.
That's right. Don't drink without your passport.
Shameless plug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we do here.
You like to work it into the conversation.
A lot of shameless plugging and
Make
drinking,
it organic.
drinking beer and what have you.
Right.
Yeah. So that's the thrilling report from your side of the state, huh?
So far, yeah.
Well,
I will tell all of you watching this, by the way, Andy had no idea that he was going to be on tonight. So about 5 minutes before we decided to go on,
Landon literally went, "Oh, Andy's home."
he finally texted me back and said, "Yeah, I'm home." And I went, "Oh, all right,
Huh.
we'll get him on."
Yep.
Well, I suppose we should probably dive into some beers then, huh?
Yeah, we'll dive into some beers, and Andy, you can watch this episode tomorrow and see what we did with it.
Sounds good.
All right.
Mhm.
We'll see you later, man.
Wave goodbye, Andy.
Yeah. See you guys when I see you. Cheers.
And that was Andy.
Keeping the headphones on?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
I like.
It's not so bad. Kind of
No.
makes you, lets you know if you're not talking into the mic a little easier.
Well,
So-
that's kind of a crutch for you.
Yeah, well, some of us are us. So our first beer of the night, might as well get into the fun stuff here, is
Yeah.
the Lagunitas, or as old people like to call it, Lagunitas. Daytime. It's a new beer for them coming out this year. And it's kind of an interesting beer because it's only 98 calories.
It's like a Miller 64 of the craft beer world.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think this is probably, everyone's always looking for the new trend in IPAs. Everyone thinks brute IPAs are going to come, but I just don't see brute IPAs taking off. This is my hot take, which means little to nothing. But
Yeah.
I'd say you're probably going to see more in the low-cal IPAs.
Sure.
It's kind of an interesting process as craft beer drinkers. People like myself and yourself who've been in drinking beer now for many a year. And we know we've all, I think all of us in Taproom Travelers at one time or another, like, damn, we need to all go on diets. And so if you watch these episodes, you'll probably see some weight fluctuation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You probably have noticed a lot of it.
And that's the hard part about beer. It's delicious. So a lot of breweries now are kind of going towards low cal beers,
Right.
but still continuing to have that full flavor, not to be essentially Bud Light. No one wants.
Easier to do it with a lager and an IPA rather than.
Well, no, some of your Guinness is only 100 calories.
Is it?
Yeah. So I think more of your calories come from alcohol. I'm not an expert on calories. To be honest.
Yeah. I don't. When I go to drink beer,
Yeah.
I don't go.
I usually,
Well, how many calories is
I
it?
turn that part of the brain right off. It's like, we don't need your, yeah.
Does this taste good? My, that tastes great. That could be 500 calories, and I'm going to have another one.
I was tracking my food once, and I started tracking my beers with my food. I'm like, oh, that's depressing. Oh, dear.
That's just why I don't do that anymore. Yeah.
Don't track your food at all is my recommendation.
The color on it looks like a
It's like
Miller 64.
it's kind of got like a weird tinge yellow to it.
Yeah.
It's almost like a green.
It's got a real light hoppy smell to it though.
I actually kind of like it. It's a gentle hop aroma.
You
Like
know,
it-
that's a nice golf course beer.
Yeah.
You know, something while you're out golfing.
I mean, I think I've had a couple other low-cal beers or craft beers at this point, and I'd say that the same thing that this suffers from, they all suffer from,
Yeah.
and that's just they lack that little bit of body. But I think that just comes from that low, like that just must be the trade-off. So I don't know if that's. So I guess the reason I say that it's not a them problem. It's just
So would you think that? And this is me just being, I don't brew beer.
being inquisitive.
The grain bill's not as heavy.
Yeah, they're probably using a little different grain to keep that. I mean, like to keep that ABV, the
Light-bodied,
ABV, and
yeah.
that because once again, most of your calories come from ABV. So I think they're ABV being alcohol by volume, just in case.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, Bud Light also suffers from this. So it might just be
This tastes nothing like a Bud Light.
vastly superior
Yeah.
than a Bud Light. If
Yeah.
I had to choose, I could drink a 12
They
pack.
use
of this.
rice syrup.
Hold on, do they print the ingredients on the can?
No. I don't believe
Yeah,
so.
I'm not seeing it.
Yeah. It's not a real beer then. Alex is subject to watching a lot of TV commercials. So
Yeah.
he's now aware that Coors Light uses corn syrup.
Yeah.
As we've all been educated, thank you, Super Bowl.
Thank you, Anheuser.
I mean, big game. I don't want the NFL coming
geez.
after me.
Now, guys, this is
We
our
don't need
last,
that.
This is the last episode. We're gonna get sued now. No, but yeah, this is a fun beer.
Yeah.
I like it.
Well, thank you for bringing that. I appreciate that. I've got some fun beers.
You have way more fun beers.
Yeah.
Like, this is kind of the
These are not light-bodied.
yeah. We started with the low cal.
Yeah, we basically started off with water.
Yeah, hop water essentially.
Hop water. Ooh, hop water. So this is thank you, Dangerous Man, for going to this this new packaging that you did. It's a little easier than been having to deal with the wax.
Yeah, I mean,
and I say a little easier now. I'm struggling with it.
Oh, this is embarrassing.
Right. You can go ahead and talk. Keep talking.
Yeah. I'd say, dear craft brewer, if I was going to write letters to the brewing industry, dear craft brewers, I get it. The wax looks sexy.
It does. Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I just want to drink your beer. I don't want a project.
And it creates a heck of a project.
We have kids. We have families. We have jobs. I don't need to peel wax off a beer.
We really want to get into that beer, and we want to get into it.
I need it now. It's been one of those kind of days, folks. We just need a beer now. Yeah.
So, I believe we've talked about this before. The Imperial Peanut Butter Porter. This year's version was is aged in rye whiskey and tawny port barrels.
How many bottles did you buy?
I bought one.
2.
We have 3. Somehow between Alex and Vicky and supporting our drinking habits, we ended up with. We still have 2. Don't you be angry back there.
Yeah, we're getting the look, folks. All those men at home cringe in fear.
Beth's got a lot to say about this. I did not give pre-approval.
Approval should be, way in advance for that. I didn't even know you were opening that.
I feel like you need to submit
Did I have to fill out a form?
You didn't fill out a 1280.
I wasn't aware. The 1280.
So much red tape in this household.
Yeah.
Well,
run by bureaucrats.
You guys pretty much have the best dangerous man cellar in the city of Eau Claire. So
our house is run by
if
bureaucrats.
You're a craft beer thief and you want to break into someone's house and steal some dangerous man, this is the place to come.
Yeah. Well, then we'll be out. We'll be done. So this has not been aged all that long, and I haven't had it yet. So
I don't get a ton of things on the nose. I think one of the more interesting things that I get right away is the bubbles. The carbonation's a little odd on this one.
Yeah.
It's almost tighter, finer bubbles.
It's if I remember the other one right, it's not as harsh. It's kind of got a pretty smooth.
This is aged in a barrel?
Yeah.
What kind of barrel?
Rye and 2 barrels. Oh. Rye and tawny.
Rye and tawny.
Yeah. Apparently now I'm pouring.
Oh, wait.
Pouring for other people.
Yeah. Well, dangerous man makes you. I think the thing to talk about with dangerous man peanut butter imperial porter is the rise of the pastry stout. I think is kind of where my brain goes right away. Is it's a subcategory of stouts that has really become quite the phenomenon. People trying to make stouts that taste like desserts.
Right.
There's brownie stouts. There's coconut stouts. There's
people just putting a cake in the mash, And
there's cake stouts coming out, birthday cake. Yeah. I would say actually one of the more underappreciated pastry stouts that's ever came out, and if I could go back and buy some, was Shiner or Spatzel Brewing.
Yep. Yeah.
Made their 100 and whatever birthday. It was a birthday cake stout. That was a phenomenal, ahead of their time stout, pastry stout.
Mm-hmm.
And it was it's Shiner, so it's $6.99 a 6-pack, or at least in Wisconsin it is. But then you also, I think, Southern Tier's creme brulee kind of kicked it off too.
Oh yeah,
that was kind of an early pastry stout, and now you're seeing quite the rise, especially in the world of stouts, where bourbon barrel aged were kind of the dominant stout specialty style. And obviously, this is kind of a mix of both, which makes it fun. But I think the pastry stouts are kind of becoming the more popular subcategory of stout.
I've been seeing a lot. I've been seeing a lot.
It's a arms race right now.
Been having a lot of FOMO.
FOMO?
Fear of missing out.
You millennials.
I try to keep up with the lingo. I'm the second oldest one in the group, and I try to keep up with the lingo. And I can't believe you don't know that. You're basically the youngest, other than Andy.
Yeah, I'm not in here though.
Not at heart.
I'm at least 75.
I'm about 12.
Until Star Wars comes on.
Yeah. But this one, I can actually taste the tawny port a little more than I have in previous years.
Yeah, that really. I get way more of that than I get rye.
Yeah. So the peanut butter and jelly, that's what they were going for. I guess we didn't touch on that. They were going for peanut butter and jelly.
That's classy as hell.
Yeah. So and then this next one that I got, since we only got a few minutes left, You've never been here, but I have. Fernson out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Fernson. Yeah.
I just want to say that the most Minnesotan way possible.
Fernson? Yeah, you betcha.
Oh, let's go get some of that there Fernson.
Yeah, let's go to Fernson.
Geez.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
I bet you it's going to be a good beer.
Yeah, that's what I was told.
Don't you know?
Don't you know?
Oh,
South Dakotans don't sound like that.
I don't know what South Dakotans sound like.
They sound like me.
So they sound like a non-regionally descript Western voice?
Yep, pretty generic.
With just a smidgen of a little John Wayne there?
A little bit of John Wayne. Yeah, well, they don't all have deep voices.
Yeah.
But, so this one is from Fernson. There's a nice little shop. I wish I could remember the name of it in Sioux Falls now. A lot of craft beer there. This one's called 40 Winks. It's a Russian Imperial Stout, but it's been aged in wine barrels.
That nose is fantastic.
It's been aged for 13 months in Napa Valley wine barrels.
I think I've said this before on this show, but please make candles that smell like this.
Oh, my.
That is a fantastic nose. God damn.
It's like chocolate wine, basically what it smells like.
That is fantastic. I like port now. If you're not a port fan, you might not like this beer, but personally, I could drink port most after dessert or after dinner. People are like, "Do you want a
little bit of port?" Yeah,
like, I'll just take a
just give me a little bit of
couple
port.
fingers of that port you got there.
Yeah.
Oh gee whiz, you know.
Oh geez, yeah.
Oh, geez.
Oh, and she's back.
Oh, this actually might be my favorite beer of the night.
Yeah,
Fernson, you win, guys. You
Thank you,
winner.
Thank you, Fernson.
Yeah.
So this was like one of the last bottles that they had there. I had seen some social media stuff about it, and I thought, you know what? If I ever come along one of these bottles, I'll pick it up.
What makes this beer special, I think, is that the conversation that used to happen more in the beer world was balancing.
Yeah,
craft beer wanted a nice balanced beer, sweet malt with bitter hops, making it balanced.
Right.
And this is a incredibly balanced beer because the port barrels add a sweetness that the Russian Imperial adds like a big, almost bitter chocolate flavor, and that bitter chocolate flavor really balances nicely with the sugar in the port. Oh, well done, Landon.
Yeah, well, thank you. Yeah. I was hoping it was going to be good. I was sitting on it for a while, really hoping for the best. So yeah.
Does not make me want to drink Lagunitas now. But
does not make me want to go back to Lagunitas.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much.
I'm glad we started with that, though. That was a good starting point. But yeah. We went in a completely different direction from there.
We sure did, but that's okay. I've got some more completely off the wall beers that we can try in weeks to come too. So.
Yeah, but the thing with this is you can't drink this every day all day.
No, you can't.
You can drink that guy though.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's kind of the balance we got. Balance, Landon.
Yeah, balance. It's all about balance.
Yeah, we're like the.
Oh well, and I think that's pretty much going to wrap it up for us tonight. We covered a lot of bases, so a lot to think about. A lot to think about. Anyway, if you haven't already, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that good stuff. Make sure if you haven't subscribed to us on YouTube already, you should definitely do that.
What are you doing? Just subscribe, damn it!
Please, and hit the bell.
Yeah.
That way you know when we upload these things, and we do it weekly. Yeah. So, other than that, check out Hop Passport. You can find all of the information right down there.
Don't drink without it.
That's right. And hopefully we won't have any snow next week, and this will be produced right when it's supposed to be.
I like when the snow is on top of the snow. That was already on top of the snow. That was on top of that snow.
Isn't that great?
I like the layers. It's like when you drive down the street and you see where the snow plows have been. It's like looking at rock formations. Like, oh, that was 18 years ago,
and it's terrible.
It's like an onion, like in Shrek.
Yeah,
layers.
The snow
Lots
onion.
of layers. Anyway, from all of us at Taproom Travelers, we'll see you next week. Prost.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, you can click down below where there's some more episodes for you to watch. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on episodes that you do watch. We hope to see you next time.